I'm Joe Copeland. I'm actually the executive director for National Ambucs. Ambucs is a charity. You might ask why we're at the Recumbent CycleCon. Ambucs' mission is mobility and independence. How do we affect fitness for folks with disabilities? So what happened was Ambucs started their own tricycle company. It's called AmTryke LLC. That's our brand. And we started out in therapeutic tricycles. Just to give you an example, this is one of our basic bikes. It's not really a recumbent, but it's a bit different. The rider's seated like in a chair position. Because we work in the rehabilitation market and in the school systems, the bike's very adaptable and can quickly be changed for sizes. It has a wheelchair loading lock, so the bike's stationary when we're transferring a rider with special needs on and off. The steering can be locked straight ahead or limited to a 20-degree turn. The telescoping handlebars can be pulled out of the way to transfer a rider on and off. You can quickly add and subtract parts. The laterals come right off. They're very adjustable. The seat back goes up and down. This red sliding seat post has a couple of levers underneath, and I can slide it all the way from the front of the trike to the back. The seat goes up and down, so I can quickly adapt for a wide range of size of rider. This bike is actually one of our newest models, a new feature, in that it's rear steering and control. So a more involved rider can still ride in a controlled fashion. The parent or the caregiver can control and steer. A lot of riders can ride and have fun and do well, and just need to be safeguarded. It may be a cognition, it may be one of their disabilities, it might be visual sight impairments, whatever. But that's a really popular solution for that type of rider. This trike we call the JT 2000. It's just a Delta trike, pretty simple, a 21 speed, with a nice recumbent seat. We're adding this gel cushion and tapering this off. But the seating's nice because you can tilt it into a wide range of options. These back posts can be mounted here, here, or down low. So depending on the rider, and again, our rider are folks with disabilities. So it might be hip impairments, it might be knee flexion, like what angle and what position can the rider be comfortable in. The bikes are steel, they're a little heavier. We're not really talking speed. We're putting folks with traumatic brain injuries or with extremity issues on these bikes. So it's almost like a community cruiser solution, a recreation rider, and that's kind of how we're focused. So this has been a well-received bike in our line. We make this same bike in a hand cycle with a hinged hand that goes up and down, except that we use a wheelchair seat on the hand cycle. Hey, this is the 1424 model, a 24-inch wheel. This is a 3-speed hand cycle. It's an internal gear hub in the front wheel. The gear shifter is a twist knob at the top. We've added these coil springs because the cables have to be kept vertical to ride. It's a front handbrake with a coaster brake, so you've got two options to stop. It's a simple, like a go-kart type seat that lets you change the position between the rider and the handset. Comes with a big black basket. It's really a community cruiser. We built it at wheelchair height because you could transfer with a board, so it's easier to transfer on and off of. Very maneuverable. The concept behind this is you could ride this bike down to the corner grocery store It'll easily go around the end caps in the grocery. I could ride down and buy a 6-pack of beer or a gallon of milk, whatever my needs happen to be, without transferring. This is my mode of transportation. This is a new bike, a new project we're working on. It's called the AmTryke Revolution. And what we've done is partner with the Revolutionary Bicycle Company, and we're taking their headset and adapting it to our basic trike platform. It's a really interesting concept. The upper extremities, I'll pedal backwards just to show you how the motion is. The upper extremities pump a range of motion of about 7 inches. And it's tied to the foot crank on the opposite side. So the upper extremities add power to the foot crank. So in the disability community, it's got great application for a whole body workout, a build core strength, compensate for different extremities. If I've got issues with hands or legs or feet or whatever, I can use the whole body to work it out. So this is actually the first production prototype of it. We've ordered our first production run of this bike. We're going to push it out into our evaluation centers, kind of fine-tune things and get a workable product to bring to market next spring, next summer. We're excited about this as a project. This bike's really fun to ride. It really does take the hills out of hills. I mean, it's dramatic how much difference it makes. The action pushes or pulls, so the upper extremity works whether you're pushing or pulling it back. You can add power to the foot cycle. It's really fun to ride, pretty smooth, and I think it's got great application for folks with disabilities.